Hey everybody, Robyn Ivy here. I wanted to talk to you this morning about these events I'm running because a bunch of people have reached out to me and they're really not sure what I'm doing. So I thought maybe I'd hop on here and tell you a little bit about them. My next event coming up is a women's event called Reflekt Her, which is really meant to be a series of events for women to come together and just be reminded of who we are, to be seen by one another, to be in community together, to be in, to meet some cool women that maybe you haven't met before, to be seen, be heard, and to be able to share yourself in a way that you maybe haven't had the opportunity to in a while. The greatest challenge I'm having with these events is actually that they are so simple that they're almost difficult to explain, because in this land of marketing things where everything is sort of like pizzazz and bold and like I don't know, it just feels like it's hard to say, hey, people just need to be together again and actually have conversations that matter, and to be able to say, hey, I got divorced and it was really hard and I'm trying really hard to pivot my life and it's a lot to navigate with the kids or the job or the money or the whatever, and somebody else is saying like, look, like my child's been sick for many months and like that's difficult, and somebody else is saying like, look, I just did the hardest, coolest, bravest thing I've ever done and I just want to be championed by other people who can acknowledge me, because maybe people in your family can't acknowledge you for the bold, brave, awesome thing you did because it's triggering for them, or who knows, right? Fill in the blank. There's a million reasons why, but I really have been finding that there's so much power in the simple. There's so much power in just coming together outside of all the digital noise and saying, how are you? What's actually happening for you? And what do you need? How can we support you? How can we encourage you? Do you need a nudge? Do you need an atta-girl? Like, what do you need to feel like you can take the next step in your life? You can do the next big, bold, brave thing. Or maybe just to be a space to come and be whatever, right? It's not like this is all some deep, sad, come and share like all your trauma, and like maybe you will, but it's really more about people coming together to just share honestly about how they are, where they are, what they're looking forward to, what they're up against, what they're super excited about, where they could use a little encouragement, where they just need to be reminded that like other people struggle. Sometimes I think the greatest thing we offer one another is to sit in a room and say, hey, yeah, me too. Right? Like, it's hard to do a bold thing, or it's awesome you did a bold thing, or yeah, like let's just share in our humanity so that on the days where we're struggling with something, we remember that we're not alone in that. And that actually in many ways, a lot of people have challenges that are much greater than we do. So if that's your kind of thing, you know, these are brand new. So what's also true and should be really transparent is like they might change, right? Like you might come to these things and they might be one way, and then I just might decide I want to do them differently because I see a need for something different. But right now the goal is to get together and to share some really cool led conversations. They're not going to freak you out. You're not going to not be able to handle them. I know some people have reached out and said like, I don't know, like, can I come because I'm not a professional? Can I come because I'm not an artist? Can I come because I'm not a whatever? And I think, boy, that's so indicative of life, right? Like, can I show up being just me? Is it okay if I show up being just who I am? Right? Yeah, you absolutely can. And you absolutely should. And any other way we're showing up is probably just not serving any of us anyway, is it? So, all right, that's it. The dinner parties are a whole other thing, and I'll come back online and tell you about those soon too. And yeah, I don't know what else to tell you, but you're welcome to ask questions below. I'm happy to answer anything. And I hope you'll just take a risk on yourself, take a risk on me, and just show up. What have you really got to lose? All right. Hope you guys have an awesome day. Talk to you soon.